Hello, namaste. Welcome to your practice. And today going to get into spirals and ripples and waves. We're going to be exploring the spine today. Yeah. So this is not going to be linear. It's going to be very serpentine, and maybe that feels familiar to you, or maybe this will feel quite odd to be moving in these different ways. So whatever it is, yeah, welcome yourself in this practice. And we're going to try to move down from the mind into the body. The mind often likes to do things right, so well, we can push that over to the side. There isn't going to be any right here. There's no certain shapes that you need to get in. It's just about finding and exploring the fluidity and possibility of the movement of the spine. Yeah. We will utilize breath. It will be breath initiated. So we're not going to move and breathe. We're going to breathe and let that dictate our movement. So an inhale, really naturally expands, and an exhale will come down, and an inhale will rise, and an exhale will come down. One visualization that I really like is to imagine a jellyfish. You see those like Instagram reels, I can watch them forever. I'm mesmerized. And the jellyfish, they're like, ah, yeah. They're not actually making that sound, but they lift and they fall. And they lift and they fall. And that is not putting a lot of effort in. We're riding the wave of the breath. That's the invitation. I'm going to cue us in, but I'm not going to micromanage. I'm going to try to do minimal cueing. So that's why I'm getting all my words out right now. Let's begin starting on the back. So starting on the back, place both of your feet down. Maybe bring the arms wide to start, palm up. And just feel yourself, all the points of contact with the earth. Feet, sacrum, shoulders and upper back, elbows, backs of palms, head. And taking a few rounds of breath at all those points of contact, bringing the awareness there. And then making the breath a little bit bigger in the body. And we'll begin to move the spine just in this position here. So lift the lumbar spine, that's the low back. Lift it up high away from the ground. So you're arcing the back, so it lifts up. And then do the opposite. So you're kind of bringing the tailbone towards the heels and bringing the spine, the lower spine, lumbar spine down to the ground. So you could kiss it all the way down, like an imprint. And then move between these two things of lifting the spine and then pressing it down. And maybe press it down so much when you come back that the hips lift just slightly. Notice if there's any twinge or any little messages coming from it. Once more. And then windshield wiper the legs. So just bring them to one side and the other a couple times, feeling what you feel. There might be little cues in the movement, little twinges of sensation that may be good or may be a little bit questionable. Just noticing. And then bring the legs all the way over towards the left and kind of roll on your side. And you can bring the left hand on top of the right hand. Stay here for a moment. And then take the left fingertips and slowly drag them back along the right arm as you bring the left shoulder down on the ground. And open the arms back up, knees come back up, and shift the legs over towards the left. Roll onto the left side. Right hand slowly finds the left hand. Full round of breath. And then left fingertips kind of draw back, graze the left arm as you roll back onto the back. Do once more like this on each side. I'm just getting a little twisting in the spine. And then come back around to your rolling on your right side. And then take the left hand and press it down into the earth and begin to press yourself up. Let the head be heavy and come up really slow, like you're coming up from Shavasana. Chin to chest, let the head hang for a moment. And then walk into the hands and kind of sway side to side. So there's no right here, but you're just getting a little bit of a swagger in the spine. The head can sway side to side. And then weight into the right hand and the left arm reaches through like you're threading the needle. And then maybe it wraps around the body and you can grab for the right rib cage. And then on an inhale, twist yourself to the left. And you can kind of use your hand to twist your rib cage to the left. Open, open, up. And the left arm can continue to open like you're flicking water off the left fingers. Big open. And then slowly begin to round the spine, kind of concave in the heart, come back down. And then reach as far as you can with the left hand. Maybe you wrap around the ribs again. Push through the right hand as you slowly unwind. Again, to the left, all the way open. Open the heart. Twice more like that. Move like you. You can add or embellish. Inhale opens you up. And an exhale, you curl back down. Once more. And release. Come back down onto your side. And roll back onto the back. One round of breath here. Roll onto your left side. Roll all the way over and the right hand finds the earth. Chin drips towards the chest and push yourself up. And take a moment here, just find a little swagger in the spine. Head's pouring forward. And then the same thing on this side. You're reaching through. Let the head drip down. And then you press into the earth as you lift up and take a big rotation. 3 more times like that. You can move even slower than your breath if you'd like. Maybe some whooshes with your exhale, making a sound. Maybe even bring your right ear down as you pull through, as you thread through. Once more. And then slide back down on the earth and back onto the back. Full round of breath in and out. Beautiful. Let's begin to rock up and down the spine. And take about 3 rounds and you'll bring yourself up into a seat. And come into Sukhasana. We'll take some spinal spirals. So start really small and then incrementally get larger. Go just in one direction. Getting bigger and bigger, getting the elbows, the head involved. And then wind it back down to where you began. Maybe you're peppering the breath with a few audible exhales. And then switch sides, starting really small and then growing into it. And then getting small again. Finding stillness. Full breath in and out. Coming on to the shins, Virasana. Coming onto the shins, and we're going to ripple in the spine. But we'll do this first. Let's pour forward. Bring the hands wide and let the head fall down as if you were going to like come into a headstand here. Bend the elbows. Chin goes towards the chest. And then press through the hands. Puff up the back of the heart. So you're rounding in the back of the heart. And then begin to reach the front of the heart forward. Drag the hands back towards the knees as the head lifts and the throat opens. And then fold down. Chin to chest, elbows kind of lift. Puff up the back of the heart, lift. And then drag the hands towards the knees as the front of the heart drags forward. Collarbones spread, throat opens, gaze up, and fold forward. You're creating a little bit of a ripple here. You can get the tailbone involved as well. You can even curl the tailbone as you lift up. And then extend it out. Kind of poke the booty out on your way down. 3 more times, just exploring this movement. And then come all the way up. So we're going to continue that movement a little bit. Bring the hands to heart center. And then you can kind of peel open, and we'll peel into a little bit of a cactusing of the arms. So we're arcing the back, and then tailbone begins to tuck, and the spine follows. So you begin to curl. The hands come forward out in front. Maybe they touch chin to chest, and then drag the hands towards the heart. And begin the movement again. The tailbone begins to come out. The arms cactus, and you open up, arc the back. And then round, tailbone tucks. And then begin to speed it up a little bit. And move like you. Really get the breath involved. This too can be really incremental. You can make it really small. Moving with resistance, little ripples. Or really dramatic and big. And the next time you cactus the arms, chin to chest, and kind of come down towards the ground, and we're going to lift up through the knees. And then exhale, come down towards the ground, hips to heels, chin to chest. So we're going to make this bigger. And then press, lift, and open. And then get small, hips to heels, chin to chest. Again, rise with the back of the heart, open up. Hips come down, chin to chest. Inhale, back of the heart, get big. And exhale down, child's pose. Arms reach forward, palm up, steady breath. Round roll forward into tabletop in organic movements in the spine. The right leg comes out. Take some big spirals with the hips, coming out a few times, and then reversing it so that the leg comes up and out. And then take a big step up outside the right hand. Take a moment here in this lizard position. And we're going to move with breath and add on just a little bit to what we did earlier. So let's see here. On an inhale, we'll open up really big right arm lifts. And then an exhale, lengthen through the front foot and then reach like you're reaching underneath the left armpit. So the leg is long and the arm reaches long. So either you're threading or maybe you wrap the hand around the ribs like we did earlier. And then as you come forward on an inhale, you can kind of bring your ribs around. You're spiraling around the spine. Sink low in the hips and open up. And we move with breath like this 3 times. Lengthen the front of the leg. Pour forward and reach. Inhale, open. Twice more. Open up. And then the right hand comes down. Sage pose. So the back leg swivels and you take a seat on the heels. I know this is many of your favorite poses. And then pour forward, arms wide, and wiggle in here. So drop the head, swaying the spine. Maybe you ripple up and down, or maybe you go side to side more like a figure 8 or anything else. Walk the hands to the back of the mat. The left hand plants and the right arm swoops up. See if you can get the whole sole of the left foot on the ground. And then arc towards the left. So really rainbowing the right side body. Hand behind the head. Head presses back into the hand. Open the heart. And then bend both knees. Hinge the hips back as you pour the elbow down towards the ground. This will be the movement. This will be the little vinyasa. Inhale, press, lift, and open. And then exhale, the hips go back, pour low. 3 more times like this. You can release the hand if you want and maybe draw some big circles with the arms. Once more. And exhale, downward facing dog, back of the mat. Just get long stretch out. Any movement welcome. Inhale, wave forward. Lift the heels, really puff up the back of the heart. Wave all the way forward. Chin, chest, knees come down. Ashtangasana. And inhale, high-low cobra. Tops of the toes press down. We'll ripple the spine 3 times here. Forehead comes down, elbows up. And at your pace, maybe incrementally lifting into a rippled cobra. Height is not the goal. Just finding the fluidity, finding movement. Come back into tabletop position. Have a wiggle, have a wag. And then the left hip opens. Take some circles. First going out and up. And then reversing it, going up and around. The third round, up and around, all the way left foot to the outside of the mat. Lizard pose for a moment here. Sink the hips. And then we'll do that little vinyasa, the reaching as we lengthen the leg. So right hand will plant. Left arm will reach up, push through the left foot. It's a big opening here. And then the exhale, the left leg extends and you reach underneath the right armpit as far as you can. That's the movement. Go for it 3 times with breath. And exhale, left hand plants, sage pose. Take a pause, take a breath. And then pour forward, rippling the spine or swaying. Head towards the back of the mat. The right hand plants. Left arm lifts, get long. Hand behind the head, or it can be big. As you hinge the hips back, take the elbow towards the ground. Elbow, heart, come down, and you lift. Once more. And then heart spirals down, left hand plants, downward facing dog. Inhale, wave forward, plank pose. And exhale, 𝙎𝙪𝙥𝙚. Pull the heart through 3 times, ripple cobra. Really pressing the pubic bone down as you rise. Maybe pausing at the top last round. And floating down. Pressing back, child's pose, 3 rounds of breath. Slowly dragging the hands back, hips stay to the heels as you roll up to a seat. And just one last little motion here. I want to get a bit of side to side as well. Really nice to move the spine in all the directions, but let's get a little extra lateral. Heels out, toes together. And then reaching out to the right side. We'll take a big lateral stretch. And then doing this on each side, moving with your breath. Option to go side to side like this, or wave forward and down, and then come up. Once more each side. And then come to a seat, either on your knees or in Sukhasana. Palms up, heart open, shoulder blades dropping. And just take a moment to feel what you feel. Whatever that is, everything welcome. Let's take 3 rounds of breath together to close this little exploration. Hands together, thumb to the third eye. Inhale, big. Exhale, internal om. Twice more, like a hum. Pour forward in thanks and gratitude. And thanking yourself for showing up for a little self check-in, a little self-exploration, a little befriending practice. Well, I hope you enjoyed this little swiggly, jello-y thing. Sometimes that's just what I need, especially when my low back is feeling jilted or when I'm too much in my head. The waving really helps me come down into my body. So I'd love to know what you thought. I'll see you next time on your mat. If you're enjoying these classes, then I want to invite you to my membership service, CCY Studio. This is where we get to explore with longer classes, full-length classes, and we get to investigate not only more into the physical body and longer shavasanas, but also yogic and Buddhist philosophy, and more time to marinate and percolate with all of it. Also just putting up a new asana library, and this has about 10 of the core poses and really intricate ways and investigations to put it not only in your body, but also some teaching tips. So if you're a teacher, this is really valuable as well. So if you're interested, you get a 14-day free trial. You can cancel at any time, and I just encourage you to check it out. I think that it's a beautiful place to go a little bit deeper. So I hope to see you over there. You can find more details in the links below.